Good morning, good morning, good morning. All the ways in which we have traveled to get to this moment. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God. You all don't know. But when God gives you something to say, everything be trying to stop you. Good morning. Hello. How are you all doing on this Friday morning? I feel like I have been running a marathon. Trying to get here, trying to get to you. I've been trying to get to you all morning, all yesterday. I've been trying to get to you. So I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative. Periscope, you guys are ready. Facebook Live, you need to come on and let's do this thing together. I am excited. I am thrilled, but I'm tired. I'm tired to try to find out how you do all this on the road. How do you do all this when you are doing many things? Good morning from Greenville, South Carolina. Good to have you, woman of God. Bronx, New York. Good morning. I am so blessings. Rachel Conlive all the way from New York. You're up. You're the first one on with me this morning. Bless you, woman of God. I've seen new things happening and nothing can stop you. Bless you. Chesapeake Beach, DPW, good morning to you. Boston, Louisiana. Fine, wonderful. Yes, please. I need to know where we're coming in from. I need to know how we are moving in certain places because you all need to know how difficult it is to push in and to do the things we've been called to do. All right, but we're going to do it anyhow. We're not of those that give up. Pastor E, how are you, sir? Blessings to you this morning all the way from Goldsboro, North Carolina. I am so glad to have you on this morning. All right, South. Oh my goodness, my apostle, you all in South Africa, my God, we've been praying for you. Greetings to you from doing the work of apostolic ministry in one of my favorite places on the continent, the mother of all mothers, the one who knows how to bring up folk and help folk through trouble. We bless Africa this morning and thank God for you. Blessings to you on Periscope, blessings to you on my 7 Mountain Power Scope. We are not playing. We have started 7 Mountain Live on Facebook, so we're not playing either. We are trying to get it done no matter what. And so if you could see my contraptions, can I tell you the truth? If you could see my contraptions all the way from Mississippi this morning, bless you. I believe that's where we're coming from. Good morning, Apostle in Atlanta. I'm in your region, somewhere around here. I am here. Kentucky, blessings to you. Tampa, Florida, good to have you. Amen. We thank the Lord for the Rivers household. I want to speak blessings to you. You guys are doing some things that you need to do. God says continue to do well and don't give up. So I want to bless the Rivers household there in Tampa, Florida this morning. You guys are off the chain. Listen, I don't have a long time. I am in the southern regions. I'm going to an undisclosed location here, but I am in here trying to do what I do, make a difference in regions, help folks do the things they need to do. She said, where are you in Atlanta? How you going to give up my little pieces? All right, I'm in Atlanta. All right. So I'm in Atlanta visiting my mom, my sister coming in to help do what we do here, just needing to be for my mother what she needs. Every year we do this enormous weekend of mom-daughter time where we just check on things, make sure things are in order, make sure the household is well, make sure things are in place. We don't leave the aging to do what they need to do alone. So we show up and we show out. All right. So we are definitely here doing what we need to do. Good morning. Good morning. All right. From Bronx as well. Wonderful. Simone Oliver Bauman. Is it Bow or Bow? I want to make sure I get that right. But you know, I want to bless you this morning. I keep seeing your name. I keep seeing you come forward. And I want to bless you that it is your time to keep emerging. I hear that word over your life. Emerge. Do not stay back. Do not hold back. Emerge. Look that word up. Get down in the definition because it's something for you. All right. From, is it Alette, Virginia? Wow, I've never heard that. Is that Southern? Is that Northern Virginia? Would love to know more. Hampton, Virginia. Good, good, good. Yeah, emerge is a word. And Deacon Pam from my ministry, who works very closely, it's part of her ministry title. God gave it to her, but I believe it's expansive for the body. It's time for us to emerge. It's time for us to not stay back, not stay down, not stay under. So we bless the emerging process. We bless those that are not afraid to stand up, come up, take forth, take take forth. That don't sound right, but you take forth. You learn to take forth. That's an old way. You take hold. The old folks would say, take the horns of the altar. Well, you take not just the altar's horns, but you take social horns. You take economic horns. You do whatever you need to do to make sure that things in life are well for you, but not just you, but other generations. So it's critical that we learn to do that. But listen, I'm not going to do my usual morning rant. I think we've welcomed most of you. We've got you in position and in place to hear. New Britain, Connecticut, blessings to you. So glad to have you on this morning. We are blessed by all of the regions. We're blessed by York, PA is also with us. All right, Apostle Leroy, blessings to you and what you're doing. New work, we bless you as well, man of God. But here's my point. Here's what we're doing today. We're talking still on our line of thought about audacity. Audacity, this bold fearlessness to show up, to show out, to move up, to move forth, and not to take down. And I told you that this was the word. I really released that about 2 weeks ago in personal space and in public space, that audacity would be the beginning of a new time and season for all of us. That we really needed to understand how to take bold moves in the hip hop culture. They call it bust a move. You have to know how to bust a move. You have to know when it's time not to have a line put in front of you and told, stay put, kizzy. You know, stay behind the line. The slave mentality, the work mentality, the you can't mentality, the I'll never mentality. And it's not just internal. We're getting 2 messages or maybe 3. In conversations of communication, we call it that you're either having, this sense of a dialogue, dia 2, or trialogue 3. And what I'm saying to you in this time, again, on these 7 mountains, and welcome to both Periscope and Facebook Live. Welcome to the 7 Mountain Power Scope, or the 7 Mountain Live feed. What we're really trying to do is help all of us understand the necessity of us to, number one, if we don't do anything else, not once you've identified your possessions, once you've identified what you carry, the next thing you've got to do is identify your adversary. You got to identify your enemy. You've got to know what is the thing, not only that internal thing that's hindering you, but what is the external thing? What is the social thing? What is the religious thing? What is the economic thing? What is the environmental thing? I don't care where you're hailing from all over the world, we have something trying to barricade or lock us down into our region, lock us down into a mindset, lock us down into a paradigm. And so what we are saying in this time, and what I believe heaven is saying, is do not be locked behind the line. God. All right. Do not be locked behind the line. And for this season, we know that we've been trying for generations and generations. There's several lines. There's the color line, of course, that we're going to talk about today. There's the gender line. There's the national line where you're just to your folk. There is this family line. There are these things that say, keep us there. Come on, tap, tap, tap. Stay there and don't come forward. Stay back and don't move ahead. Stay down and don't come up. There's always something, whether you're black or white, male or female, young or old, trying to hinder you. There are lines all over the globe. There are lines to keep mankind made in Godness to not emerge, to not come forward. And so we've got to stealth up, but we can't just bust this move. We got to be stealth and strong and clear about who we are, number 1, or let me say number 2, who they are, number 3, and number 1, who he is. So once you know who he is, once you know who you are, once you know who they are, then we're ready to move. Then we're ready to have momentum. Now here's the deal. In our time of audacity and understanding audacity, I said on Tuesday that part of having no regard is for personal safety. If you're going to be audacious, if you're going to have that sense of, I don't care, it's time, then that audacity means I do not have regard for personal safety. It means I know when it's right, I know when it's time, and I know I'm the one. Do you hear me? I know when it's right, I know when it's time, and I know I'm the one. Now, this is not arrogance. This is audacity. You got to know the difference. You got to know the difference between being arrogant and being audacious. For having that bold fearlessness and thinking you all that in a bag of chips. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about audacity to prevail and progress and to move not just for yourself, but for many generations. And whenever there is a need, you will feel it in your belly, a need to press. Now, our babies down south in Charlotte and around the country in major cities are feeling like they got a bust to move, right? They got to bust a move because all of a sudden lines are just too clear that you on that side and we on this side. And we, those of us who are wise, come on, say wise. Come on, hashtag wise ones. Come on, hashtag wise ones. Those of us that are the wise ones must help new generations understand who is the enemy here. Come on, we got to do better. Come on, say better. I got to do better to help myself, those in my sphere, and new generations understand God Almighty, who we are individually and as a people, whatever that people group is. You could be Croatian, you could be Rwandan, you can be American, you can be African American, you can be from anywhere in the globe, but we've got to understand God the Creator, who is the one that was and is to come, numero uno. Number two, we've got to understand who we are, where we herald from, what we possess, who are our people, what is our call, what is our passion, and what is our function in our generation. Everyone needs to ask, why am I on this planet at this time, in this space, for this moment of time? We got to ask those questions. And then the third thing, we got to deal with who is trying to hinder the God life in me. What system, what element, what person, what thought is trying to hinder the God life, the God progress, the God maturity in me and mine? Come on, we got to ask that. And that becomes critical for us to define these three areas. God of life, the life he has given me, and the life someone else wants to hinder or take away. This is critical for the wise ones. Come on, hashtag wise ones. And I'm appealing on the 7 Mountains Periscope and PowerScope and the 7 Mountains Now live feed. I am appealing to those that are kingdom leaders, those that are marketplace ministers, those that are global gatekeepers, mean you think outside the gate, you think outside the box, and cultural, social key influencers to begin to develop a new model and mode of thinking about social culture, social resistance, racism, supremacy, policing, domination, and we've got to get out of just doing church. I done told y'all. I done told myself. I'm talking to Yolanda first, and then I'm talking to you. We got to think differently. We got to think wisely. We got to look at all the pieces well, because this is the time of audacity, to be bold and fearless and to not take regard for personal safety. But does that mean that you are reckless? Oh, Lord. Does that mean that you have no mindset, that you have no strategy, that you have no plan? Come on. We have got to do better, and we cannot let those that are unwise lead this next move. And so I'm just appealing to the audacity of life in you, the audacity of life in your ministry, the audacity of life in your gifting, to think outside the regular, to think outside of the normal, to not move with the crowd, but to begin to ask God. Come on, apostles. Come on, pastors. Come on, managers. Come on, leaders. Come on, parents. Come on, grandparents. Let's think outside the system. Let's think outside what will be the normal responses. Let's get heaven's mind on what is an old, ancient thing. Oh, Rabban say, this is old and ancient to be told, this is the line and you can't cross it because you black. You can't cross it because you African. You can't cross it because you come from this side. You're French and I'm Scottish. You can't cross it because you're Chinese and I'm Korean. You can't cross it because your nose in Rwanda is this way and my nose is that way. See, these are lines of color, lines of demarcation, lines of resistance. Now, is the line drawn by the person we think it's drawn by? I'm asking you to think, beloved. Is the line drawn by the person we think? When it's a male and female issue, is the line drawn by the man that says to women, don't come across the line? When it's about race, is the line drawn by the white man that tells the black man, don't cross the line? If the line is in the house of this, the house of the hoots, and this one is the house of the boots, does the line get drawn by either side? I'm asking you to think. I'm asking you to reason, because hashtag wise ones win. But when we are moved by just our emotion and just our what you call this, it's like a pull in your belly. I'm just going to go down there and do it. Do what? What are you going to go down there and do? Because if the problem, oh Lord, y'all ain't got no love enough. Everybody done gone into their deep thinking. Y'all in deep thought. I want you to think, but I want you to be like, yeah, come on, I want you to I want you to have something though. Come on, interact with me. Tell me something. Y'all over here like, oh Lord, I thought I was going to get some encouragement. I thought I was going to get some for my day. Not the day. The day you need to think about what it is that you need to be doing to get another generation moving, to help them think outside the box and the cage that keeps telling them this is your life. So if Black Lives Matter and this is just your life and we support that, then we are telling them this is all there is. And I come in an apostolic mind today, so you ain't going to see me smile a lot, because I have to pioneer the thought. We've got to help them understand this cage is real, but it's not what you think. This cage has systemic results, but it's not always going to be that way if you think righteously, if you think wisely. So I'm making the appeal this morning that we just not march, that we just not protest, that we just not show up. I'm asking us to do several things first. Number one, you got to assess history. Number one, assess the big picture. Don't move with the moment, move across the time. See what's always been going, because I was telling you the lines have been drawn, but who drew the lines? So whoever drew the line and said don't cross it, that's what we need to go for. Come on, Facebook Live. Are y'all hearing me? So I'm in deep thought. Come on, Wandra, in deep thought. And see, if it's about the line that's been told us, who drew the line? How did the line get drawn? And has there been generations heretofore that have said, that's just the line? So when we get upset, now we fight with the person on the other side of the line, but is that the one to fight with? That's all I'm asking. That's it. And I'm going to get out of here. We need to begin to ask God to unveil in this social system and across those around, because America ain't only one doing this. These problems are all over. These issues of separation and divide and conquer. This is historic, baby. This is ancient. We're talking about 7 mountains, and we're talking about demonic structures trying to delineate and dictate how mankind will get along and not get along. We need to think bigger. Our focus is too small. We need to understand that these demonic structures, these Bini Elohim, these fallen angels, these structures that you cannot see, this madness that you cannot comprehend. How can two people who look just alike, other than melanin in their skin, how can two people that are a same species, other than one has a womb and one does not, how does two people from the same region who suffer the same economic issues, the same social problems, the same political issues, fight amongst themselves and over a line that neither one of them drew? That's all I'm asking. And when we begin to understand that the lines in our life that are drawn by things we don't know, lines drawn by former generations, lines drawn by demonic structures, lines drawn by folks in high places, by things and elements that are moving, again, the streams of life. And we're thinking we need to fight, and I need to bust a move on you and punch you in your face. And I punch you in your face, the lines still don't move. When I hit you back because you pushed me, the lines still don't change. So I'm asking new lines, new line drawers. Where are the line drawers? Line drawers arise. New lines in the sand. New line. Jesus drew a line. When a woman was told, and I'm bringing this to a close, when a woman was caught in adultery, she was caught in a system where men had who they wanted, when they wanted. I don't care if they were married or unmarried. Can we just call it like it is? And this woman is brought into the public square by those same men and brought before Jesus, the judge of judges. And that judge draws a line and moves his lines across the sand. And I know what Jesus was thinking. I just got a glimpse of it. I can't comprehend. But I was thinking to myself with him about it. I was thinking, Jesus, was you saying you don't understand the line? You don't understand the color line, the gender line, the money line, the racial line. Come on, the national line. The every line, all of these lines, the youth line, if you're young, you can't talk. All of these lines we've drawn. So Jesus is drawing this and writing in the sand and moving lines. And I believe God was doing something very specific then that he wants us to do now. He wants us not to think about the stone that we need to throw at the person who's accusing or being accused. The person who's wrong, obviously, or have done wrong. The person who has been wronged in all the wrongs. I want us to think about, where did this judgment come from? Where did this system emerge that keeps everybody looking just at somebody and not the line drawer, not the old lines that have been drawn? And that's my appeal today, beloved. That's my appeal today, blessed ones, is that we begin to really dissect, really assess, really look skillfully at the issues of social memes and begin to clearly know that we've got some foreigners in the land that have been working for a long time to keep us where we've always been. And we won't change it by doing what we've always done. We got to think new thoughts. We got to have new paradigm shifts. We've got to new mentalities of means. And then we got to put our boots on the ground and be there. Yes, on the force field. We've got to show up, but we can't show up just to protest. We've got to show up to lift up a pragmatic but a spiritual mindset for a new generation, because they got the prowess to do it. The babies are bad. They'll show up, well, they'll put their stuff on, they'll get their little stuff, they ready to fight, but we got to help them. That's all I'm saying to leadership today. I'm saying those to your pastors, those who are managers, those who are aunties and mamas, those who are grandpas and uncles. I'm saying to you, let's sit down in family systems this weekend, next weekend, for the month, for the rest of the month, and all about. Let's help them understand history. Let's have talk sessions before we have march sessions. Let's get in and really be understand now, how did this happen, and then what did we do 50 years ago? And is it that every 50 years the same demon shows up? Somebody asked that question. Is it every 50 years we see the same thing emerge, and yet we do the same or similar thing, and then 50 years later another generation has to see another demon rise, a demon of racism, a demon of segregation, a demon of division, and nobody dealt with the demon. That's it. I've got to go. All right. So I want to say to you now, that this is critical for us to understand that if we are going to see change as leaders, not just church people. I done told you the church is not just we just think that's it. It's about the culture. So ask God, Father, no longer will I just think church. Let me think church and culture. No longer will I just think me. Let me think me and mine and more generations. No longer will my business be just about money, but I need to think money, and I think to think memory, and I need to think how am I going to have magnitude around what I'm doing that's beyond what I'm doing. So what I'm doing today, just as a strategist, just as a leadership developer, just as an apostolic mind, I'm just saying stretch out of where we've been, because we cannot get the answers and the solutions the same way that we have gotten them. All right. So y'all done just got my head and gone crazy in this little heated time. I just want you to know that God is looking for mountain scalers. God is looking for cultural penetrators. God is wanting our voice, but he cannot use our voice until he has downloaded to our mind. We've got to think differently to do differently. All right. So we're talking about several things. We're talking about the transition of all kinds of pieces in this. This is the audacious time. We got to be bold. We got to be fearless. We got to show up. We got to show out, but we got to make sure we understand who drew the line that keeps us behind. Who drew the line over my money? Who drew the line over my relationships? Who drew the line over my race? Who drew the line over my nation? Who drew this line? Because I ain't worried about you, the others, the who I think. I need to know the line drawer. Because when I find the line drawer, when I identify the one who drew the line that divides, the line that separates, the lying line that says you are better than this one and you are more superior than that one, and you can't do this, but you can. When we find the line drawer, then we will know how to execute a real stealth move, and we will bust it wide open in Jesus' name. Do y'all hear me? So the question today and through the weekend is, who drew the line that separates mankind? Who drew the line that separates women from men? Who drew the line that separates white from black? Who drew the line that separates the Africans, that separates the Australians, that separates the Koreans, that separates the Europeans? Who drew this line? And when we understand that line, that color line with all of those colors in there that says, I got them just where I want them, they'll never figure out that we are the ones that threw the stone, that we are the ones that drew the line, that we are the ones that keep them in complete flux. And every 40, 50 years, we'll show up and show out and make them go stupid again. It's time out for such a thing. Father, I bless your people this morning. I thank you for the privilege to even speak a little thing that might make a big difference. I know that our voices don't always seem to have largeness and volume, but I thank you that when we speak the thing that is needful and necessary, we will understand how you want to move, how you want to do something. How do you want to invade culture, Papa? How do you want to move with your people? How do you want to move your leaders? How do you want to move, God, your children? How is it that you want to march and you want to protest? What is it that you have to say, dear God? How is it that you want to show yourself? Jesus, are you still drawing in the sand and removing lines that others have drawn? Then God, let the finger of God be with us again. Let the finger of God be in the sand, so that when those that are accused and those that are hurt and those that are wounded and those that are the wounders, when we are all in the public square, then God, let the finger of Jesus write again. Let the finger of Jesus remove again the lines that others have drawn. And so we bless you today. I bless you. I know this was a little crazy and I know it's been a little complicated, but I promise you, if you sit with it a minute, God will show you things that you know not of. He'll give you witty ideas and witty inventions. He'll show you how to move just in your sphere, just with you and your 4, 5, or 6. He'll show you what to do in your church of 20 or 30 or 100. He'll show you what to do in your city and your region, because we've got to think first. Let my people think. Let my people think. Let my people think before they bust the move. And when they do, after they pray and then they think and then they move, there shall be change. And we believe that is so in Jesus' name. Bless you. Bless Bless you, bless you. Have a great weekend. Once again, I'm here in Atlanta. Well, we won't be staying in Atlanta, but I'm here to get mom up and scoop her up and take her to the mountains and spend some time with her, blessing her, listening to her, loving on her. Our elders need that. Our senior citizens need that. Those that have birthed us and loved us and been there for us need that. So this is my weekend to do that with her. I thank you so much for coming on, for being here with me. Blessings to you in the wonderful name of Yeshua HaMashiach, in the one who removes all the color lines, all the gender lines, all the racial lines. He is the only one who can do it. And we call upon his finger to help us this day for these purposes and for this season and time. Be blessed. Have a great weekend, and we will be back with you next week for some kind of audacious word. All right. Thank you, and bye-bye.